the borrower himself, ab initio, if he can find a way to default, he will do it. And it's the same tendency all over the world.
Yes. It's not peculiar to any particular race.
To any race. There is always a way to look out for, to escape. When, remember the 5 C's of credit.
Yes.
When circumstances comes, and and when
the character is
when other condition, either circumstance or condition, condition relating to personal passion for something. For example, you can lift 2 million loans, 20 million naira worth of loan from the bank, and from that 20 million, don't be surprised that the borrower would like to undertake a trip, very irrelevant trip, outside of the country. And part of it, and he could tell his accounting officer to say, call it business trip, which is allowed in accounting.
Yes.
But how legitimate is that trip? How relevant is that trip?
To the loan that you have,
the loan that you have acquired. And so there is that passion, there is that temptation, if you like, on the part of the borrower to want to escape. Take some money, enjoy yourselves, make a little big man or big madam with it, then before you come back. And then get ready to tell lies. How do you use this money? Oh, this is how we used it. Was it exactly? See, why some SMEs don't grow is because of the mixture of personal interest with that of business interest. And so, on the part of the borrower, again, a bit of the analyst. I think there are 3 prongs approach to it. A bit of on the part of the analyst.
Bit on the part of the borrower.
Yeah. Now the analysts themselves, again, because of the general condition, in the country, poverty, if you like, and unmitigated desire for something that you could have this in 5 years' time.
But you want to take it now.
You want to take it now. That may not leave you innocent. Credit analysts, very many of them, credit officers, relationship officers, ended up asking the borrower to start funding some of their personal interests. My marriage is next week. My mom just died, I'm going for burial. My rent have expired. Oh, can you help me? And you are setting emotion trap that will affect that account.
Yes.
Okay. So it's come see, come ça. It's a terrain. It's a scenario that it's not too good. So we need to reorientate ourselves.
We'll come to that, Prof. Yeah. We'll come to that. Quickly, let me say a big thank you to all our viewers who have sent in your questions and your comments. We have quite a deluge here, but I'm sure Prof will deal with it, adequately. Just before I go into all that, you have just said something here in passing. Even the borrower, ab initio, will be looking for a chance not to pay that money. The Chinese have started teaching their children what they call money sense in primary schools. The Mexicans are also doing something close to that. So money sense, Prof, is that something that should be inculcated early in life or should be ingrained into our educational system in this country? Do you think we need such awakening?
What I think Nigeria wouldn't need money sense, because that will devastate all of us. The moment you begin to impact what money can buy, the value of money, in a clearly negative way that it has portrayed so far, it will be disastrous for our children.
So what should we do?
So what we should move down to that level is integrity, honesty, how to keep to your word in the face of anything. Look, yesterday it was on NTA Newsline at 9.
Yes.
I saw the report on a security guard at the international airport.
Yes.
Oh, I wept. I was sitting alone in my sitting room upstairs. I was weeping.
Out of joy.
Out of joy. I said, this is it.
Nigeria, yes.
This is it. And how many people, the authority that be, will look at this? We need to deliver that word, integrity. Take it back to the school. at the kindergarten, at the elementary.
And exemplify it.
Exemplify it. Announce the courses and the reward, how that is more important than money. Integrity brings you money. So money is not money first.
It's integrity first.
It's the integrity first.
It's the integrity that pays for the money.
So we can't teach our children the value of money right now. But what we need to put into them, not only Nigeria, Africa as a whole, is the question of
integrity.
Trust. Get your life to be trusted. Be ready to help people. Humble yourself. Don't go beyond what your resources can
your
afford
means.
you.
Okay, all right. We'll come to the religious sense and all this later. But let's quickly take on our viewers. Lydia from Ojolegba. Good day, sir. It's good to see you on Close Flow. That's Lydia from Ojolegba. I'm sure one of your customers.
Thank you.
You can just quickly say thank you to her. Then Paul from Surulere. Is your conversation in your conversation you said something about the abuse of credit cards. What is your institution doing to educate the public about this? Are you doing anything at this point?
Well, credit card is not much in Nigeria at the moment. But when it will, we will of course help to create general awareness about the use of credit card, how you should discipline yourself not to live above your means.
Okay, but Kate from Aguda was asking the same question. Is credit cards compulsory in the Nigerian economy? So you can just...
it will be. Once
Kate,
you have...
yes.
Yeah, once you have, Kate, once you have avalanche of beautiful products here and there, and within the limit of your wages, that's your salary, you need to have what you have. You need to have what you want today and pay for it at the end of the month against your regular income.
Well, Toby seems to be a credit officer because it says a credit officer should be able to multitask, have good communication skills and attention to details in the discharge of their duties, but we don't seem to have that in our environment. So what are you doing to curb that?
Well, we cannot impact that into your head. It is something you got to sit down and read. I guess you are a graduate and you need to sit down to read those associated courses that distinguishes you from other people. I'm sure you are aware of courses relating to credit, certified credit analysis,
yes,
and all that. So you have to enroll for those courses. And I think you should bother more about ethicality. You know, the decision before you have done your job,
yes,
would you compromise? You know, that is the thing. Would any customer come to you and said,
Toby,
you know, okay, I'm going to help you. Your wedding is coming very soon, and would you accept any gift from the customers that you have rated, or would you promise your customer that I'm going to get your proposal to fly? There's nothing like that. So you have
Prof is very trendy. Prof says the proposal is going to fly because that's the word they use now in the industry. But no, he says, look, let's do it by integrity.
Yeah.
Don't let it fly,
yeah,
please. Don't let it grow wings overnight.
Yeah.
Now, Suleiman from Yanokpaja, he says the issue of granting credit to am I getting this right, to indigent women in the market involves risk. What are the recovery mechanisms put in place to recover those funds?
Tell them, Suleiman, tell them to organize themselves into cooperatives, into credit unions, into a very strong market association.
Suleiman, if you're listening to Prof, if you're in that market, what Prof is saying to you is this: gather yourselves into
trade union, credit union, cooperative society, thrift association, market women association, or market people association. Get credible leadership. Let them,
install
present to
credit,
you. Install
yes,
credible leadership. And then those leaders are the one that you interface with. The money could be given to the association, and they in turn, give it out. You can still guide them, and then design a form that each member of the association will feel, despite the integrity, the reputation of their leaders, you can still help them to develop forms that will collect sufficient information about their individual subject. And so that you can also help them, because it's a credit management thrives on information. If I know that you have all information about me, it disarms me. Tendency to
default,
to
run,
to find
grow wings overnight.
It won't be there. It won't be there. If my mom is very close to, it's about 130 years, or maybe 128 or 27
Your
years,
mom?
I'm not too sure. My own mom, okay? And then if anybody will go to my village to say, look, Prof, you are owing me, and I'm going to take your mom, or I'm going to visit your mom. It's just to say, I'm going to visit your mom.
That's enough.
If I have anything, I will sell.
Yeah.
The only thing I will not sell is my wife and my children. To make sure I pay. So you have to do a thing like that for the class of borrowers that Suleiman is talking.
Okay, now, but tangential to this is a question I also wanted to ask. Now, why can't we make credit management or credit administration so pervasive that is the efficient one? I'm not talking of the by the roadside one. I'm talking of the one that you have just described here, that has integrity, that has information as a bedrock of it. Why can't we make it so pervasive in an economy of 180 million, so that borrowing can become popular? Why can't we do that? Is it not possible?
We need the government to give us the support. The Institute of Credit Administration, where I work as the founding registrar and civil executive, we've got recently, after more than 2 years of effort, we got our bill passed by the two national assemblies.
Yes.
And we're happy with some of the things that they are convinced about. They have allowed to form part of the law, which I believe is going to help not only this government, but any successive government in this country.
Well, help the country as a whole, not
yeah.
the government now.
We are looking to see how the economy can be thrown open, that people will have access to credit, people will have access to actualizing
their
whatever
dreams,
they want to, their dreams, their passion, and then also standard of living. We talked about, again, on your platform yesterday, Newsline, I saw the report about the number of years that people stay. I forgot that key word now. That in Nigeria we were
life expectancy.
Thank you. Life expectancy in Nigeria we were at 30. Some years back, maybe 90-20, and now it's about 50-something, 60-something. It's getting better.
Yeah.
But then in the UK, it's far 75, 80, 85. And so on. Even Nigeria is the lowest, compared to other African countries.
Yeah.
And the reason is stress, isn't it? So we are looking at what can enhance the lifestyle of the Nigerian people. Most time people say that of sheer ignorance, that no, I don't want credit. You need credit.
Now that is the next question.
Yeah.
The follow-up is this: is borrowing evil? Is it immoral to borrow?
No, it is excellent to borrow, and borrow in itself checks your character. If you don't trust yourself, if you can't manage resources, then don't borrow. The only way you can see yourself as matured enough, responsible enough, is to borrow, and then see how you manage the money you borrowed. Are you
a proof of your character?
Of your character and integrity and resilience, maturity, is no matter how awash you are with cash, go and borrow. Then let's see whether you will default. So it attests. That is why countries must borrow. You will see a country that have very strong reserve,
and yet
you have to go and borrow.
So why do Nigerians bemoan every time the Nigerian government wants to go and borrow? Why do we always, everybody's kicking against us, everybody is speaking about it, and why? Is it because you don't seem to understand why they are borrowing?
Two things. First, ignorant. Nigeria is a member of institutions that are lending money to nations. Nigeria also contribute
to those institutions.
So
they use our money to...
So if you don't borrow,
somebody will take it away.
Others will borrow and develop their economy. So we must borrow. There's no doubt about that. Nigeria, secondly, Nigeria has countless capital projects. The government don't even know how to raise money to finance those capital projects. And when we borrow, it does not put pressure on us immediately to pay. So we can gradually be paying back. There's no society, no country in the world that does not borrow. Now, another thing is why Nigerians, kick against borrowing, because of the history of the past. The one we borrowed, what do we do with it? So, and again, I tell the government, look, please, bring in credit professionals. These are people that are groomed, trained with passion for integrity. So that it even comes to be that if you see the money and neatest as it were the opportunity, that you can steal it and nobody will know it. Your conscience will not allow you to steal it. You can't. So that's what we promote in our profession, credit management.
Yes.
And we say that everybody is qualified to be a member of our institute.
Okay, now I like that because that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So credit managers or credit administrators or the institute that you found and you are running now.
Yeah.
So how easy would be for, like, I have my crew here now.
Yeah.
So there are some cameramen, some audio persons, some audio mixers, some.
Yeah.
So how easy can they be part of?
You know, everybody is fit to join our institute because the credit economy is not the same thing as credit profession. So you are moving from cash to credit system, and everybody is a stakeholder
In that
credit system. So we see everybody as qualified, provided you are a graduate, to be a member of our institute. Either you are managing it, or you are giving credit, or you are receiving credit, or you are an observer looking at how credit is
being managed or used,
or is affecting the life of people.
like a journalist.
For example, credit card. When credit card comes up in this country,
Yes.
everybody will have it. The same way you are having your mobile phone.
Yes.
Everybody will have credit card because there will be goods produced everywhere. So you have access to it. And because you are a stakeholder, you are to be a member of our institute so as to have access to what will guide your conduct in the use of your credit card.
Brilliant.
Your obedience, your obligation to the credit card company that issues it to you, whether credit card company or collaboration of credit card company and the banks.
Yes.
We'll come to that maybe in future, how banks are not innovative, creative in this country.
Okay, now that brings, because there's a question here from one of our viewers. He says, okay,